Fighters for Rights, Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez by Harper Larios. Many Americans have worked hard to make sure that all citizens have the same rights. Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez were leaders in the fight for rights for all. Rosa Parks, it is my right to sit anywhere. After the Civil War, Jim Crow laws kept African Americans from enjoying all their rights. Public places were often segregated. For example, at the movies, whites could sit downstairs. African Americans had to sit in the balcony. African Americans could not swim in the same pools or go to the same schools as whites. In many places, African Americans were also kept from voting. Rosa Parks, an African American, twice tried to register to vote in Alabama. She had the right to vote, but was turned down both times. Together with many others, Rosa Parks worked to change Jim Crow and other unfair laws. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks boarded a city bus in Montgomery, Alabama. She was going home from work. The first seats of the bus were for white passengers only. Rosa Parks sat behind those seats in a seat for African Americans. Soon the bus was full. A white man got on. The bus driver told Rosa Parks to give her seat to the man. She politely refused to move. So the bus driver called the police. Rosa Parks let herself be arrested because she wanted to show people how unfair Jim Crow laws were. People thought it was unfair that Parks was arrested, so they protested against the bus company. The protest went on for 13 months. As a result, the laws were changed. In her autobiography, Park wrote, "I had no idea when I refused to give up my seat on that Montgomery bus that my small action would help put an end to the segregation laws in the South. I only knew that I was tired of being pushed around. I was a regular person, just as good as anybody else." Cesar Chavez, it is my right to organize. Cesar Chavez grew up working in the fields in California. He and his family were migrant workers traveling from farm to farm. They worked long hours and earned very little money. Families moved often. Children could not stay in one school. Cesar Chavez decided to do something to improve farm workers' lives. He started a group called the National Farm Workers Association, NFWA. For several years, Chavez and others traveled across California. They tried to convince farm workers to join their group. People had tried to organize a farm workers group before. Promises had been made that their lives would be better. Those promises had not been kept. Then grape growers in Delano, California started paying their workers less money. The workers went on strike. They refused to work. Cesar Chavez and the members of the NFWA voted to support the striking farm workers in Delano. The strike went on for several years. Cesar Chavez went on a hunger strike because he wanted to support the farm workers. He didn't eat for 25 days. His actions caused people to pay attention to the farm workers' peaceful protests. The strike in Delano ended in 1969. Workers in the grape fields received more pay and other important rights to protect their health and safety. Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez worked for important causes. Their activism helped change America. African Americans won the right to be treated fairly. Farm workers won better working conditions. People continue to fight for equality.